Okay, so basically where I'm at right now in terms of diet and lifestyle is I call myself a plant-based omnivore. I've decided to introduce animal products back into my diet again after 9 years of eating 100% plant-based. And a part of the reason for doing that is because I have always been wondering, is it possible to eat a certain quantity of animal products that are not going to have the detrimental side effects that we usually associate it with, like type 2 diabetes, coronary disease, and all the other stuff associated with eating too many animal products. And not only that, is it beneficial for your health? Can a small percentage of animal products be beneficial? Um, and I believe that is the case. In fact, I suspect, I don't have absolute proof or any kind of science to back up what I'm saying right here. This is my personal opinion. But based on the fact that 80% of people who become vegan end up going back to eating meat is telling me that there's something wrong with the diet. There's something missing. And I don't know exactly what that is. Maybe it's cholesterol, that um, the absence of cholesterol from food and our liver having to produce its own is not necessarily good, that there should be some level of cholesterol introduced through food, through diet, or it could be that certain nutrients that are found in animal products are better assimilated by the body than those that are in plant-based foods. Now, I know there are a lot of, um, I would say, qualified nutritionists and doctors in the vegan community that would contradict what I'm saying right here. But it still doesn't take away from the fact that a very large percentage of people who try veganism end up going back to eating meat. And I'm not just talking about people who have done it for a month or a year or 2 years. In many cases, these are people who have done it for over 10 years, over 20 years, and then they go back to eating meat. And there's various reasons for that. Now, there are some who do extremely well as a vegan, and they go throughout their whole life thriving on the diet, but that's a very small percentage. For myself personally, I don't feel like I'm suffering from any nutritional deficiency. I don't have any strong craving to eat meat or any kind of animal product. It's simply something that I want to explore now. Being plant-based now for 9 years, I think I want to try this out because it would seem to me that this is a healthy way to eat. And what I've been looking at are the what are called the blue zones areas in the world, where you find people that or communities of people that are extremely healthy. They don't suffer from the typical dietary diseases that we have here in the West. And they are, they have the highest rate of centenarians, people living to be 100 or over 100. And what is common is that, yes, they are plant-based predominantly, but they do include a small percentage of animal products in their diet. And I think that's what's key here. Now, a lot of vegans in their videos have even referred to the blue zones as an example of, how healthy it is to eat plant-based. But they ignore the fact, or they don't mention the fact that these people also do eat meat as well. What's key, though, is how much they eat, how much animal products do they consume. And there's other factors as well that goes into why they are, these people are healthy, and that goes beyond diet. But focusing just on the diet. Anyways, I am reading a book right now called Blue Zones Solutions by Dan Buettner. And so, I'm just starting to get into this. I'm not fully informed on all the details about it, but what I've looked at so far, it makes sense. And so what I have done here is come up with my own version of the Blue Zone diet. And this is basically taking sort of an average of what these people eat in terms of macronutrients and breaking it down for myself and how this will work. So this is, I call this the 6-to-1 diet, where I eat plant-based for 6 days, and then on the 7th day, I eat meat or some kind of animal product. And the macronutrients break down like this. So 60% carbohydrates coming from fruits, roots, grains, and nutrient-dense vegetables. So those would be vegetables like leafy greens or broccoli or something like that, that are nutrient-dense but not high in calories. And then 20% fat from nuts, seeds, and avocados. 15% plant proteins from beans, peas, lentils, quinoa, and tofu, and 5% animal protein, like from, now I'm not going to eat factory farm animal products, so it'd be like wild fish and game, and naturally raised livestock, preferably from local farmers. I will be, so the amount of calories I intend to consume in a day is anywhere between 2,000 to 2,500. That just, for me personally, that seems to be a nice balance, depending on my physical activity for that day as well. If I'm extremely, like, if I run a marathon, I might eat 3,000 calories that day, but that is a good average to work with. And this is just a guideline, like, will I actually eat 5%, will I actually get 5% of my protein from animal products every week? I don't know. I mean, I've started this. I've started this last Friday. I had I had local rainbow trout. I ate 4 ounces, and it wouldn't have come in at 5%, but I had it with broccolini, and there were no starches. It was just the broccolini and the rainbow trout. It was really tasty. I felt great afterwards, and the next day I felt fine as well, no problem with digestion. I went out that morning, did a 90-minute session of hot yoga, and then afterwards I walked 10 miles. So yeah, everything was working fine, but that's really the first time I've started this. So once a week on day 7, I will eat meat, and all the other days I'll be plant-based. I believe I mean, this is an experiment. I'm doing this for myself. It's my own personal journey. I'm not promoting this diet to anybody. I'm not trying to sell this as a product. But I suspect that this is probably the healthiest way to eat. And I think that there is something in meat that we're just not getting in plants. And this is why we're getting such a high fail rate in the vegan movement, because something is just missing. And again, I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a scientist. I don't do research in this area. This is purely a layman's experiment here. But I'm pretty sure that it will have no negative impact on my health, and in fact, I believe it will be beneficial in terms of eating a well-balanced, healthy diet. Anyhow, that's it for that. The 6-to-1 diet. Take care and have a great day.